Hey YouTube, Bearded Bristol back with a little scotch for the common man. This is the tail end of a work week, and what a work week it was. Try saying that 3 times fast. As you can tell, I've already loosened up the tie, and I'm ready to kick back and enjoy a little bit of scotch. And I have some special scotch today. I was doing a little house cleaning 2 weekends ago and stumbled upon some things that I hadn't seen in quite some time. The first, or the most notable of which, is Nikka Whisky Single Malt Yoichi. And Yoichi happens to be the Japanese distillery. And I apologize, that doesn't seem to want to come into focus very well, but it is definitely Japanese. Comes in a pretty little box, and it's been stored away in my basement for what I think is the better part of 6 years. Now, why, you might ask, and I had to do some hard searching in my brain to remember how this all went down, but I had a very dear friend of mine that spent about 5 years in Japan, and when she returned to the States permanently, along with her, she bought and brought a bottle of Japanese whiskey, and they had told her at the liquor place where she bought it. I don't know if it's a liquor store or how you purchase alcohol in Japan, but they had told her that it was the most Scotch-like whiskey that they have. So she picked it up and brought it home to me. And as you can see, I've done over the years, well, pretty much within the first 6 months that she gave it to me, I did quite a bit of damage to this bottle. And I remember being very fond of it, but I also remember that I did not want to drink it all up, so I tucked it away someplace very safe. How safe, might you ask? About 6 years safe. That's how long this has been tucked away in my basement. So I am very excited for this. I know this is scotch for the common man. This scotch is certainly not common. I had to hop online. This retails in the States for about $300. So this is, without question, the most expensive bottle of scotch I've ever owned. Not quite the most expensive I've ever drank, but as far as just having it in my collection, this one trumps it by about, I don't know, $220, $230. So, that said, we're going to get down to business. The only real question mark I have is why a $300 Japanese bottle of whiskey has a screw top. But we're not going to hold that against it. Again, I remember being very fond of this, but I have not even, over the last 2 weeks, taken the cap off because I wanted this to be as authentic and real as possible. But it has a wonderfully fragrant nose to it. I may not even need to drink it. I'm just going to huff out of the bottle for a while. That's impressive. It's a little reminiscent in the nose of a Johnny Walker Red, just in terms of a powerful, fruity nose to it. But unlike Johnny Red, there is a definite pear note to this that's very strong, but it's not overpowering. It mixes in very nicely with the rest of it. Yeah, that just smells yummy. And just for fun today, I have a little square shot glass courtesy of our local art gallery. I just thought it was kind of cool, so I pulled it out. This is, like I said, this is something a little special, so let's enjoy. Alright, now unfortunately I'm not going to be able to swish this around as well as I usually do, or it's going to be all over me, and that would just be abusive. But I can see here, it does coat the sides very well. I'm a big fan of that. Generally lends itself to a longer lasting flavor. Yeah, again, very, very much to the pear note there. There's some other fruits mixed in. I've said before, I'm no expert. I'm not real good at picking those things apart. But I am ready to taste this down. Oh, oh yeah. I could have several more of these bottles if anybody wants to give me a gift. Very, very caramely in the mouth. When you swish it around, it really coats very, very well. Like I say, you can kind of see that from the side of the glass. It's got very smoky flavor to it. Burns a little bit going down on the first sip, but boy, is it worth it. And the fruity, that pear taste is certainly more in the nose than it is in the flavor. But it still makes for a very nice package overall. Yeah, definitely still there in the nose. Whew. That'll just melt you. I am telling you what. I am often a proponent of lower end whiskeys because it's hard for me to justify the value of a $300 bottle of anything. But my goodness, I would put this up against the best whiskeys in the world. Woodford Reserve, you name it, I would put this right there. This is an amazing little treat, and I'm glad that you guys got to share it with me. And that aftertaste, it's still hanging around. You could sip on this for an awfully long time and really just enjoy the heck out of it. Something else that I'm noticing that I don't pick up with a lot of other scotches is actually after that second sip, it's actually starting to cool right down the throat. So it's almost like a menthol or a wintergreen kind of feeling afterwards. So there's a lot of complexity here. There's a lot of different things happening. So again, wonderful bottle of Scotch. Doesn't even really compare to the blends that I've been reviewing. Like I say, there's some similarities to Johnnie Walker Red in terms of nose, but it pretty much ends there. This is an amazing bottle. I am so glad I found it. Now I think I'll probably finish this, unwind a little bit, and then throw it back in the basement for what might be another 6 years, because this is far too good to just blow up in a night. So, no matter who you are or where you are, hope you're having a great evening. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again soon. This has been Scotch for the Common Man. Feel free to check out Facebook, Bearded Bristol, for more Scotch information, pipe smoking, stuff like that. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.